Why, hello there. Looking for Victrix Persian Armoured Cavalry for the late Archimedean period? Well, or early, obviously. You came to the right place. This is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
And this is an unboxing for what I just said. Right. We have been seriously out of time to be able to upload videos and do unboxings. We've had a few unboxings. We've had so much spare time that we've actually painted a load of figures from the boxes we're doing unboxings from. So this is the Persian early Archimedean cavalry. That's how much time we've had spare. Anyway, let's get on to the actual figures. So we've done a Greco-Persian cavalry before.
Probably, but I don't remember.
I don't remember either, no. So, these are the horses. We have 4 types of horses on the sprue. One has this tiger skin? Leopard?
Skin.
Tiger? I don't know. Where do leopards live?
Africa?
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I don't know where they come from. I've seen them on...
I know where bears come from.
Well, they come from anywhere.
Anywhere they want.
Yeah, wherever a bear wants to go, basically. Yeah.
Is it polar bear? Is it polar bear skin from Antarctica?
No,
do they travel to Antarctica?
It's a bit interesting. All right, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Right,
Oh, no.
So get the Romans, right? The Romans used to have their troops equipped. So different legions would have different things. Like some would have bear skin for their signifiers and eagle carriers and stuff, and some would have tigers and lions. I'm just thinking, if you're in Britain and your Roman legion's walking around in a lion skin, people aren't going to know what you're wearing. Because the whole point of wearing these skins is like, oh, I'm scary, look at me, I killed a lion. Right? But a British person is going to go, what's that? And the Roman will say, well, it's a type of cat. You're wearing a cat? What's wrong with you, you weirdo? What are you wearing a cat for? We've got bears and wolves, we have. We just killed a cat, what do you do that for? You know, so the British won't take the Romans seriously because the Romans are wearing cat skin as far as the Britons are concerned. And you could try and say, look, it's a huge cat, it's massive, it's a massive cat.
It's still a cat now.
It's still a cat, yeah. So then if you get down south, you know, if you get in Egypt and you say, what's that big horrible stinky thing you're wearing? It's a bear skin.
Yeah.
Well, that's just made up, that is. Yeah, anyway, that's all besides the point. Anyway, lion skin. I have a feeling leopards come from India or something like that.
Let's just say it's skin and then move on.
It's animal skin. Well, no, but the point I was going to say is late Macedonians, the companion cavalry, they were all equipped with the leopard skin or tiger skin or whatever it is. I don't know, cheetah, whatever. I do know that every Persian prince was locked in a corridor with a leopard and they had to fight it. That's how Persian princes came of age. So Xerxes at some point would have been put in a corridor by Darius to fight a tiger or leopard or ocelot, whatever they are. Yeah.
Turns out it's just little mice. Just to make sure they don't die. But say it was leopard.
I would assume the bodyguard would kill the animal first for you. I'm not really sure how nutty the Persians were. I know they used to bury people alive for fun.
In films, they what they do in that kind of situation when the princess do something is they deadly wound the animal first.
Yes, and yes.
So the prince has no danger.
I would guess that would be more realistic. Although Leonidas apparently did kill a wolf bare hands.
We're talking about
7.
We're talking about Greeks, not Greeks.
We're talking about
Spartans.
Yeah, Persians are a lot more advanced than the Greeks.
Yeah, and Spartans a bit
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spartans are strange people. So what else have we got? We've got a few different cloth saddles, 3 cloth saddles and 1 leopard, lion, ocelot, whatever.
Ocelot, it's an ocelot.
We should do research really before these videos, shouldn't we? But I don't really care. So anyway, that's the animal. Right, then on to the actual man now.
There's a lot of different stuff you can pick.
Yes, I have this board because I was asked, could you get something behind the picture? Behind the sprue so we could see it better. See? And this exactly fits the dimensions of the camera. You see? So I can do that.
You really did work that out, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Well, no, I just knew the dimensions of the camera, so I just cut the board to fit when I had a spare bit of board. So
Right.
I had nothing to do that day. Right, anyway.
Always has something to do. Don't you lie.
We have 4 slightly different types of armour. There was no uniformity really to the Persians. They would just match colours. So when you sort of have a armoured Persian unit, often half the troops wouldn't even be armoured. It would just be the guys at the front with the spear was armoured, and the rest would be not doing any heavy lifting for that battle. So they wouldn't bother wearing their armour, or might not even have any. And the only real exception would be maybe the Babylonian troops, who tended to be very well equipped. But other than that, don't know. And of course the Greek allies. Or Greek servants, I should say. The people who stupidly gave earth and water to the Persians. Those guys. So, we've got a sort of quilted jacket, and we've got a studded armoured jacket, and we've got a lamla jacket, and we've got a fake, cheap knockoff lamla jacket. Basically, that's what we get. We also get a huge amount of heads, lots of different heads, copies, and Zephron, the short sword. And my all-time favourite, which is a Greek favourite, which is a Persian favourite, is the axe. The Persians used axes and maces.
Isn't that also the British's favourite in every single war ever?
American War of Independence, the backup weapon was an axe, believe it or not, and fighting the Scots as well.
I think an axe is going to get lodged in the bone, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah, it breaks things, and it's scary. And you don't use the axey choppy bit; you use the pointy bit.
But a mace is like a whack, and you can just instantly remove it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of Persian cavalry did use maces, but later on they definitely used.
I think with cavalry, mace is probably the best thing you can use.
Although I don't think this is the type of length of mace that they used. They used a much longer mace.
But what's the cavalry that had the ball and a chain?
That's not actually for cavalry. That's for foot troops.
Oh, I thought it was for cavalry.
I know, because various sets have knights armed with balls and chains on horses. You can't use the ball and chain you're talking about is one with 2 balls, isn't it? Yeah, that's for dismounting. That's for knocking horses down.
Because I thought you wrap it around the legs by throwing it on the legs, and it wraps around the legs and makes them fall over. Yeah.
Yeah. So the flail, is it? Do they call it in sci-fi fantasy settings? D&D is flail. Basically, you have a stick with 2 chains, each attached to a ball, and what that actually does is to throw at a rider on a horse, and it wraps around the horse's legs and shatters the legs, and the horse goes down.
Right.
That's what that's for, and it wouldn't be a primary weapon. It's a sort of spare weapon you carry if you come up against cavalry. The Teutons used them against the Russians when the Russians had heavy Cataphract Cavalry. The Teutons would just dismount the cavalry by breaking the horse's legs. It's pretty cruel and nasty. The Morning Star, I'm not really entirely sure if that ever was actually used, which is a stick with a chain with 1 ball on the end. I think that was just to put in a cabinet and show off. I don't think they were ever used in battle because they were pretty useless.
It'd be useful if you're fighting knights, though.
Not
because you can cave in the knight's helmet.
Yeah, but it's on the end of a chain, and if you miss, you're going to break your wrist or lose it.
Or lose your head.
Yeah, it could be a throwing weapon. That would make sense. If it was a throwing weapon that you just held the handle attached to the chain, that would make sense. But I have never seen
that
any
what an axe is for?
Yeah, you'd use a throwing axe instead. It's easier. Although the spiky thing would do damage. And again, when the spiky thing's on the floor, it's going to hurt cavalry.
Well, no, because when you throw a stick with a ball on it, the force it would be thrown at would be how heavy the stick is.
Well, it'd be your strength plus the weight of the thing you're throwing.
The stick.
Well, the stick would weigh, the stick would be dragged behind it. Yeah, so the stick would be dragged.
Yeah, so it would just ruin it.
Yeah.
And so you're not really going to do any damage with it.
Yeah, which is why the stick was made out of something lightweight. I know, because I own one from
I remember.
300 years old.
They swing it around.
That will have been fake for the time that someone sold at a car boot or carriage boot sale. That would have been picked up as a display item for one of my grandpapas once. Great grandpapas. Well, they would have come from Eastern Europe, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, this is it. This is the figures. Have we done anything else? Is that?
So much better because this is the exact same sprue pattern of figures you get with the like normal Persians.
Yeah.
Even the cloak.
Yes, it's got the same cloak on it. Right, so this is the actual chaps when they're painted up and they look painted up. This is the Persian heavy cavalry which we're fielding. These are based at Impetus, which is our favouriteest game at the moment. That and Broken Legions and Call of Cthulhu. They seem to be what we're bouncing around at the moment.
Did you upload the video?
Yes. Yeah. We have the one where we're rolling the characters up, yeah. At 1 o'clock in the morning because baby kept us all awake. So yeah, that's the Persian cavalry. And that's what they look like when they're based up and painted. So that's it. Finished.
So if you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of the Persian Armoured Cavalry. And if you're interested in the Persian Armoured Cavalry, look in the description below and you'll see a link to our eBay and you could buy some of your own.
And our website.
Oh, and website as well. Yeah, and if you don't want based impetus, just tell us and we won't base them impetus. It's fine.
No one ever. Well, people hardly ever want them based impetus. Impetus.
It catches your eye.
Well, a lot of people, it catches your eye and it looks good. And so that's it. Right. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Imperator Vespasian, and it's just a sidekick.
No.
Goodbye.
Except for me.